I'm gonna get you, sucker. I'm gonna take you and plant your butt in the dirt, and you're gonna like it. Hi, how are y'all today? You know, every gardener likes to get free plants. Today we're gonna show you how you can get a ton of free tomato plants, and you don't have to start them from seeds. It's really easy. Instead of throwing our suckers in a compost bin, we're gonna actually plant them and make brand new plants out of them, increase our harvest, and have great yields. Many gardeners get rid of suckers on their plants. Now, suckers form between the main stem and the branch, right here, as you can see. These suckers will grow a new stem, leaves, and eventually put off blossoms or new tomatoes. Basically, gardeners believe that they suck energy from the main stem and the fruit, and so they'll pluck it off and throw it in the compost pile. Basically what they're doing is they're throwing away a brand new tomato plant though. Tomatoes are in the nightshade family of plants. This means when you cut off the sucker, it's going to grow new roots when placed in soil or water. So what I'm going to do now, just to demonstrate this, we're going to run a little experiment here. I'm going to cut this sucker off right here very carefully. If I can see what I'm doing. Actually, you know what? I think I'll just bend it. There we go. And then we'll take it the other way, like so. Now we're going to take this and place it in a jar of water and watch its growth over the next 7 days. So let's go. All right, so I've got a small jar of water here. I'm going to give that a little, what we're going to do is place this in this water here. And we're going to watch it over the next 7 days and see how it does. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take that off right there. That way it can sit all the way down in there. Any leaves that are going to be in the water, we need to go ahead and get those off. As long as you leave a couple of leaves, should be fine. All right, so over the next 7 days, we'll do a time lapse and see what the roots look like. Okay, so if the roots will grow good in water over 7 days, how much better in compost or potting soil mix? Now, as far as containers go, you can use leftover garden containers, you could use plastic coffee pots, plastic cups, you could even use 2-liter bottles. If you use the 2-liter bottles though, make sure that you put holes in the bottom for drainage. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cut off 2-liter bottle with drainage holes, and I'm just going to put compost in. I've got some really rich compost. It's kind of skinned over, but if you look right here, you can see it is just chock full of nutrients. And I'm going to load this bad boy down here. And then we'll go get that sucker from the beginning. Plant his butt in the dirt. I told you I was going to get you. Now, clipping a 6 to 8 inch sucker is ideal. Smaller ones will work too, though. What we're going to do here is we're going to actually trim off all but about 2 or 3 leaves or branches. I'm going to take that one off too. I want this to have as much energy as possible going to root development and not worrying about flowers and leaves. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the side of my scissors and I'm just going to lightly score it like that on both sides, and that'll promote root development. We've got compost ready in the container. I'm going to take a little object and poke me a hole in here, all the way down to the bottom, like so. And now I'm going to insert the sucker. I'm going to firm up the soil around it, and then we're going to add more. Now that we've got it in, I'm just going to add in compost all around it here. Like so. I told you I was going to get you, didn't I, sucker? And I planted your butt in the dirt. Firm it up real good, no air pockets. And now we'll water it in. Masking tape would be handy. Put a little bit over it and make sure that you mark what the particular tomato plant is, especially important if you have a lot of varieties. In this case, I've got a big boy. Over here I've got Arkansas Traveler. Here's a better boy. And so I'm taking transplants from several different plants. That way I can increase our yields on all of our plants that we've already got in the beds. But mark them up, that way you don't lose track of what you got. Alright, I've made some fresh compost tea. Now we're just going to water it in. You want to water these in real good, because remember, the moisture is what's going to develop your roots. Water it in real good, put some water in, let it go down, and give it some more. And for the next week or two, we want to keep the soil moist. Now, that does not mean waterlogged. We just want to keep it moist. As you can see over here, I planted these between 5 and 7 days ago. And what you're looking for after about 2 to 3 days is you want the leaves to not be wilty. If you can make it 2 to 3 days and you don't have wilt, that's a good indication that the roots have actually taken. So we're good to go there. Once you begin to develop new growth in the plants, then it's time to plant them where you want them. And as far as doing that goes, you could find a spot in your garden bed, you could dig a new hole, you could even use a 5-gallon bucket with holes drilled in the bottom, or grow bags. That way they're movable and transportable. But it's an excellent way to increase your harvest, get more free tomato plants, and who knows, you might even have enough to hit a farmer's market later this year. Well, this is Reaganite71. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you subscribe. And we really appreciate it when you click on our sponsor ads, because that helps us a lot and it helps us put on more stuff and buy more things for the garden. So thank you again. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.